Hello Game Masters, welcome back to GMGenie. The channel gives you the tips and techniques to take your game mastering game out of the box and off the rails. Today I've got a tool that will maximize the time you spend brainstorming. In my last video I talked about the 5 skills that you need as a game master: invention, arrangement, elocution, memory, and delivery. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And today I'm going to give you a tool for invention. Invention is brainstorming. You might be wondering why we call it invention. When you hear invention, you usually think of refrigerators and automobiles and telephones. Well, when you write out invention and then you cover up this part, you end up with invent, and when you pronounce it invent, it makes you think of inventory. When you're brainstorming, you're coming up with an inventory of things to put into your story. Today's tool is not necessarily for helping you brainstorm things so much as it is for organizing the things that you brainstorm into a more usable inventory. This is the overview sheet. It has the 9 elements that you need to sum up any story. Game, story, plot, genre, style, revelations, episodes, turns out, and climax. The game is what are we playing? All the kind of things that would be summed up in the title sequence of a show. In Star Trek, the game is that they are lawful peacekeepers exploring the galaxy. In Buffy, the game is that the heroes have to balance high school responsibilities with fighting monsters. In He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the game is that He-Man defends Eternia from the evil forces of Skeletor. Story and plot seem very similar. Usually people use them as synonyms. But there is a difference, and I think knowing that difference will help you get your ideas onto paper in a more usable way. Story can usually be summed up in 1 or 2 sentences. The PCs discover a plot to assassinate the king. PCs have got to get out of the haunted mental asylum alive. The PCs are on a quest to save the world, but they keep on having to choose between that quest and doing small good deeds along the way. Plot is more like a list of bullet points. Examples of plots would be PCs are at a festival, they get wrongly jailed, they meet an interesting NPC, hear about an assassination plot, break out, get the proof, become heroes. Or the PCs arrive at the haunted place, the first haunted thing happens, and their avenues of escape are slowly cut off. Or in that Save the World campaign, the conflict and the stakes are established, and the players go on their geographical journey, encountering needier and needier people along the way. Meanwhile, as the doom encroaches further into the land, leading to some final big choice. Story is like a big idea that different game masters could do different ways. The plot is like one way that you have decided to break that story down into events. Genre and style are 2 more words that kind of sound the same as each other. Genre and style together make up the campaign setting, genre being the where and style being the how. So you could have a Cthulhu comedy game or a space horror game. You could have swashbuckling that's in the world of Arabian Nights, steampunk, Wild West mashup, or you might even be able to do a drama scenario in that world if you wanted to. Revelations are another bullet list, but where plot was bullets of things that happen to the players, Revelations is the list of things that they find out, the game changers, the plot twists, leading all the way down to your turns out, your final plot twist. I left extra space for it because it's probably going to be more involved, and I like to save myself a lot of extra space over in episodes of just things I want to happen. I don't know what order they're in, I don't know how they correspond to the revelations, these are just the things I want to see happen in the game. All leading up to the final episode called the climax. So that is your overview sheet. While your biggest and best invention tool is obviously your imagination, this form will help put your brainstorming into more of a structure, where whatever part of your game came to you first, maybe it was just a random episode, you now have a place where you can put it down, file it away, and the next time you pick up that piece of paper, see exactly what was missing around it to flesh it out into a full game. It's especially helpful if you're not going to run this campaign right away, or just to save time when you pick it up again to do the next step of campaign prep. And the best part is it really doesn't take any more time than just writing those ideas down. A lot of times I'll fill in a sheet with all my random ideas and then organize it into this form so that the next time I pick those notes up, they will make sense. So I hope you found the overview sheet helpful. Please join me next week when I'll be sharing another writing tool. Subscribe if you haven't already, and in the meantime, leave me a comment saying what is one of your favorite writing tools. Until then, I'm GMGenie. Happy gaming.